The spokesperson for the coalition of united political parties, Ikenga Ugochinyere, on Tuesday raised another alarm of attack by armed men. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories. At number 1, the spokesperson for the coalition of united political parties, Ikenga Ugochinyere, on Tuesday raised another alarm of attack by armed men in an SOS message he sent to journalists on WhatsApp. He stated that his house came under attack again by armed men with explosives and heavy gunfire, destroying all repair damages from the last attack, and abducted his brother Ikenga Ugochinyere. Confirming the attack, the party spokesperson in the state, Collins Opurozo, said the casualty level is yet to be ascertained. Recall that the gunmen had on January 14th attacked Ugochinire's private residence, burnt down the building and cars, and murdered his uncle and 3 others in Akokwa, Imo State. At number 2, following President Muhammadu Buhari appealed to Nigerians to give him 7 days to resolve the Naira redesign crisis and his meeting with APC governors, the president has again met privately with the chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum, Aminu Tambuwal, and the chairman of the All Progressives Governors Forum, Atiku Bagudu. The meeting, at the instance of the president, was also attended by Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, and the chairman of Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abdul Rashid Bawa. As at the time of filing this report, the details of the meeting is not yet known, but speculations are that it may be connected with the scarcity of Naira notes. At number 3, the National Human Rights Commission on Tuesday inaugurated a special investigative panel on alleged human rights violations in counter-insurgency operations in the Northeast. The panel followed the allegation that the military was involved in massacre of children as well as other sexual and gender-based violence in the Northeast, as contained in the 3-part report published in December 2022 by media group Reuters. The Executive Secretary, Tony Ojukwu, speaking at the event in Abuja, said the panel will also make recommendations to government on institutional, policy and regulatory measures to be taken to integrate human rights principles and practices into military and counter-insurgency operations. At number 4, Governor Inwa Yahaya says his government has commenced the paying of gratuity arrears to Gombe's retired civil servant. Yahaya on Tuesday said that the payments would gulp 1.3 billion naira, adding that his administration inherited 21 billion naira backlogs of gratuities from the previous administration. The governor disclosed that the state retirees were last paid in 2013, while the local government retirees were paid last in 2011. He added that his administration has paid about 6.6 billion naira to settle the benefits of state service retirees for 2015, 2016 and 2017. At number 5, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Bello, has revoked the land allocation of the area where 2-story building collapsed in Abuja. This was disclosed in a joint press release signed by the Director of Press, Anthony Ogunleye, and the spokesperson for Federal Housing Authority, Kenneth Chigelu, after a meeting between officials for both parties on Tuesday. Calling an unfinished building collapse due to infraction of building codes in Gwarimpa Estate, trapping 24 people, killing 3, while 21 persons were rescued. The minister, who regretted the loss of lives, commiserated with the families of the deceased and directed that a compensation plan be prepared for them. He also added that all those found culpable in the building collapse will face appropriate punishments commensurate with the crime committed. At number 6, Sadiya Umar Farouk, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, says the ministry has so far impacted the lives of 15 million families through the National Social Investment Program since its inception in 2016. The minister, speaking during the 23rd edition of the President Muhammadu Buhari administration's scorecard series on Tuesday in Abuja, said the ministry, through the Empower program, had supported over 1.5 million unemployed youths across Nigeria, while the National Homegrown School Feeding Program had already captured and fed over 9.9 million pupils across the 36 states of the Federation, including the FCT. At number 7, the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics said the Nigerian Postal Service earned 3.63 billion naira in 2021. In its postal service data for 2021, the NBS said that the amount generated was 22.79% lower than the revenue recorded in 2020. The report said EMS Speed Post generated the highest income of 1.27 billion naira, representing 35.14% of the total revenue generated for the year, followed by parcel clearance delivery fee with 689.12 million naira and NIPOST premises with 299.66 million naira. The report also showed that in 2021, the number of post offices in Nigeria stood at 2,794. At number 8, some youths in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, on Tuesday resorted to violence over their inability to access the new Naira notes and petrol. The crisis was reportedly ignited at a branch of GT Bank in the Asero area of Abeokuta, where customers had queued since 4 a.m. but could not withdraw cash. According to reports, the protesters had attempted to attack the GT Bank, but they were repelled by the police following a prompt intervention. The protesters blocked the busy Obantoko route, setting bonfires on the main road. The riots also spread to other parts of the metropolis like Sapon, where political posters and billboards were destroyed by the protesters. At number 9, following the devastating earthquakes that killed more than 5,000 people, Turkey's President Recep Erdogan has declared 7 days of national mourning. Nigeria's ambassador to the Republic of Turkey, Ismail Yusuf, has stated that no Nigerian was among the casualties of the earthquake so far. The National Association of Nigerian Students Turkey chapter also issued a safety advisory to Nigerian students living in the Middle East country, urging Nigerian students in the country to stay calm and follow instructions from local authority. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization has warned that up to 23 million people, including 1.4 million children, could be affected by the massive earthquake. Finally, at number 10, UN Emergency Relief Coordinator Martin Griffiths on Tuesday said nearly 8 million people had fled Ukraine since the beginning of Russia's invasion almost a year ago. Griffiths said almost 8 million people fled to neighboring countries, while another 5.3 million people were internally displaced. According to UN official figures, more than 7,000 civilians have been killed since Russia began its invasion of Ukraine on February 24, 2022, which has led to the largest refugee movement since World War II. Griffiths said he intended to present this year's humanitarian response plan for Ukraine, which requires some $3.9 billion in Geneva later this month. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.